The demon list is about to explode. Recently, we've seen several new levels be on the verge of verification that, if rated and placed on the demon list, could potentially knock Tidal Wave out of the top 10 by 2027. In this video, I'm going to go through all these levels, ranked from their current best percentage progress. Shout out to the upcoming levels list by QuidCT and more for some of the difficulty rankings in this video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Ultra Paracosm, wrong one, is actually the only level on this list that has been fully verified as of now, being verified by Witty. Witty is 259 on the Pornicrate stats viewer, with his hardest levels including Sakupin Circles, Solar Flare, and the Hallucination. So a brand new top 10 9 Circles level seemed perfect for him, as he started progress on the level around 5 months ago, and just recently verified the level on April 21st of this year. Ultra Paracosm is considered a spiritual successor to the classic Hyper Paracosm by Virus and Sneaky, which was verified almost 8 years ago. Ultra Paracosm is 1 minute and 18 seconds long, and it's a classic 9 Circles level, with a cube at the beginning, ship, ball, actually there's no ball in Hyper Paracosm, and of course, the wave, with absurd timing shrouded in darkness, making it an obviously very difficult level, estimated to be around top 10 difficulty. And if this is true, and when the level is rated, we could see it be placed in a couple months or so, joining the top 10 as the hardest 9 Circles level. Okay, now it's time for the levels that haven't actually been verified yet, with the next one being... Another 9 Circles level, this one estimated to be even harder than Ultra Paracosm. As the name suggests, it's the successor to the legendary Top 300 Arctic Lights, verified 7 years ago. Being the successor to Arctic Lights, its gameplay is obviously very similar, just, you know, hyper buffed to be top 10. Xfinity, who is 81 on the stats viewer, and has beaten levels such as Acheron and Slaughterhouse, is the verifier of this level, and currently has 25 to 100 and also 90%, completing the entire wave but tragically dying at the last cube over 3 weeks ago. Xfinity has been hard at work on this crazy level for 2 years now, and just recently has started making amazing progress in the last couple months, meaning this level could potentially be verified very soon if this consistency is kept up. The level is estimated to be around top 10, right under Orbit and above Nullscapes, and if verified and rated, will be the true hardest 9 Circles level on the list. Good luck to Xfinity on completing the last 10% of this. This is a pretty cool one. Green Bullet by Cherry Team is a pretty crazy top 10, set to be verified by Nickname. Nickname is pretty well known at this point, being number 13 on the stats viewer, the verifier of the top 50, the Salt Factory, and beating crazy levels such as Avernus, Acheron, and Andromeda, the latter being a fluke from f***ing 41%. Nickname is also the creator of the layout for the top 57 Club Step, with the sequel Theory of 7 being released like a month ago. Back to Green Bullet, Nickname's best on the level is 86%, which is a pretty devastating fail if you consider that the level ends at 92. Nickname also has 18 to 100, and has just most recently done the level in 1 death. Needless to say, this level might get verified pretty much this month. There's not much to say about the actual level of Green Bullet. It's got a pretty good song with some fun flow gameplay as Cherry Team is known for. It's also been a while since we've had a pretty vibrant green level like this on the demon list, so I think it would add some nice contrast to the list as well. The upcoming levels list places this level under Antarctic Lights and Nullscapes, placing the level in the top 10 when verified and rated. If consistency keeps up, we could see this crazy level be verified sooner than we think. Banshee is a pretty well-known classic top 1, but pretty infamous for multiple reasons, including once set to be verified, and I say that in quotation marks because it was supposed to be by Space UK, which, if it was hacked and rated around 3 years ago, then it would have sat at top 1 for a long-ass time, as this level is still harder than Thinking Space 2 today. Another thing is like FNM04 leaking the level or something, but I don't want to get into that, guys. Banshee is a remake of a 2014 Impossible level by the same name, with the remake being made by Comp and Nicrodox, with some pretty cool visuals. The gameplay is all at 1x speed due to it being a remake of a 1.5 level, but this level is still obscenely difficult, with pretty tight frame windows everywhere. SB Crete, who's number 753 on the stats viewer, and the verifier of Cimmerian Shade and the unrated impossible level Maniacal Chains, has been the verifier of Banshee for about 3 years now, and has a current best of 86%. However, unlike the levels so far on this list, this new best has not been very recent at all, with that being gotten around a year ago. So why is this on the list? Well, on April 21st, SP Crete announced on Twitter that they'd be starting a very long grind session for Banshee, and if the level isn't verified by September 28th, they'll be forced to drop the level. The daily grind was dropped a week after though due to burnout, but the deadline still remains, meaning that in the best case scenario, Banshee could be verified before October and be placed at number 1 in the fall. But that's not before... possibly one of the oldest levels on this list, Sleeping Demon 2 is the sequel to the impossible level Sweeping Demon made by Temp. Contrary to what you may think, the first Sweeping Demon is actually harder than the first, and the impossible levels list currently claiming it to be number 797, which means that it's technically possible, but like... Sweeping Demon 2 is what we're all focused on right now. Out of all of the top ones on this list, Sweeping Demon 2 is very likely to be verified the fastest, due to it being verified by Tiago, who's number 12 on the stats viewer and the verifier of Andromeda, and has also beaten levels like Tidal Wave and Acheron. Meaning that if Sweeping Demon 2 is verified, it will be his new hardest by a long shot. Originally, Sleeping Demon 2 was released by Temp in 2020, and the original version was set to be around top 3 difficulty today. However, after Tiago got 83%, he buffed the hell out of this level, getting 86% on the brand new top 1 version, which is a run he estimates to be harder than Thinking Space 2 by itself. Anyways, Sleeping Demon 2 is a very visually pleasing level in my opinion, making use of this nice pink and red combo throughout the whole thing, except for the end for some reason. I don't know why it does that. But the actual gameplay on this thing is true insanity. From absurd wave parts and the iconic cube copter at 71%, it is most definitely a top 1, and the hardest level on this list as of now. But the crazy thing is, this isn't even the hardest top 1 on this list, it's actually one of the easiest. Case in point... Ah, Grief, the level that truly needs no introduction. Grief is expected to be a top 1 extreme demon and will be verified by Doggy, who's number 37 on the stats viewer and has beaten levels like Silent Clubstep and Acheron, and also the verifier of Slaughterhouse. Grief is no doubt the most popular upcoming top 1, honestly probably of all time, surpassing even the hype for Bloodlust back in 2018. In fact, I'd argue that's even one of the most well-known extreme demons of all time, and it's not even verified yet. To get into some history, Grief was started as a remake of Slaughterhouse. No, not that one. This one. The impossible level layout originally made by Ice Cave back in 2015. After being showcased on Tosh Deluxe's channel, the layout was kind of forgotten about, until Ice Cave premiered his brand new recreation of the level that was very heavily nerfed, with brand new gameplay and an extension at the end, titled Grief, and the level was fully finished in the summer of 2023. Doggy would start his verification progress on the level almost a year later in May of 2024, and as of writing this, Doggy has 84%. Out of everything I expected to correct in this video, this would have been my last guess for sure. The verification progress of Grief is one of the most insane dedications that the community has ever seen, with him currently streaming the level over 330 times, making multiple buffs over the 2-year period, and is no doubt going to be placed at number 1 when verified and rated. The upcoming levels list rates this thing about 30 spots higher than Thinking Space 2 and 4 spots higher than Sweeping Demon 2. But to be honest, this level could be verified tomorrow or in the next 3 years. Doggy has had pretty mixed consistency on the level, but in the best case scenario, it could be verified after Sweeping Demon 2, placing it number 1 where it rightfully deserves to be. Eternal Silence is unnerfed Silent Clubstep. What's the difference? Apparently a lot. Eternal Silence is the redecorated remake of unnerfed Silent Clubstep by Real Vet and More, showcased about 3 years ago, where it pretty much stayed dormant until very recently, when the player NoName288GG, who's number 129 on the stats viewer and has beaten levels like Silent Clubstep and Acheron, it was also the first victor of unnerfed Slayer Never Clear, started ravaging through this thing, and in just about 4 months, has gotten 74%, dying at the 6th jump of the 8 jumps of hell, 14 100, and has also done the level in 1 death. Needless to say, this level also might get verified faster than any of these other ones if this consistency keeps up, as No Name got 74% 3 weeks ago and 1 death 2 days ago. The actual level is, well, unnerfed Silent Clubstep. The Deco version isn't what No Name is verifying though, he's verifying the ultra low detail mode, which is just the original unnerfed Silent Clubstep. The Deco version is super cool though, I especially love the last cube where all the nerfed Silent Clubstep victors are falling through the blocks like you. Maybe they're like cheering you on from the grave, because that's presumably where they are now, I guess. Anyways, the difficulty of this level is not very agreed upon, as the upcoming levels list puts it below Amethyst, but I got comments on my TikTok complaining that I put the level way too low and it's actually a top 1. Where they got this info, I'm not really sure. Possibly the Impossible Levels list, which places is at 786, but the Impossible Levels list is pretty infamous for having inaccurate ratings sometimes, so I'm not really sure. If anyone is going to be qualified enough to give an opinion on the difficulty of this level, it'd probably be No Name himself. But yeah, we're going to move on to the next one. KOCMOC Unleashed, which is the official sequel to the top 30 KOCMOC, is set to be another top 1, verified by R-Shadow, who's also beaten levels like Anathema. R-Shadow is a pretty infamous verifier for this level at this point, as after getting the current best of 68%, the world was introduced to this buff in the ultra low detail mode, where the click is just hidden by a black oval, making this the GD community's 7th meme. Congratulations everybody, I knew we could stop using congregation jump scare. The actual full detail version of this thing though is pretty mind-blowing. However, the full detail version will probably never be beaten due to just how insane it is to play, and also just how hard this damn thing already is. I mean, have you seen these gaps in consistency spam? Without a doubt, this is the hardest level on the list so far. And with 68% being gotten around a month ago as well as 1981 a little bit before, we could have this level out sooner than we think. Most likely already after some top ones are already on the list though. Excited to see this level out soon. Labyrinth is set to be another top 10 demon, similar to levels like Green Bullet with its fast, flowy gameplay. To be honest, Labyrinth, more than any level on this list, feels most like a classic 2.1 mega collab, in line with stuff like Spatial Rend or Gamma, with a pretty fun EDM track. At least, that's the kind of vibe I get when I watch this one. Apparently, according to the creator of this level, Psyqual, the level is based off of a game called Maple Story, specifically an area in the game called the Labyrinth of Suffering, which is where the level gets its name. And, somehow I forgot to mention that Psyqual was also the creator of True Effect, which is also based off of Maple Story, and I don't know how I forgot about that. I personally have never heard of the game, but while watching gameplay videos on the area specifically, I can kind of see where it's coming from. Anyways, back to GD. Originally, Labyrinth was going to be verified by HQMY, who's the verifier of every end. But after dropping it, the verification was given to G Gonop, who's 154 in the stats viewer and has beaten levels like Subterminal Point and Poo Cubed. G Gonop currently has a best of 68% of the level, which was gotten 4 weeks ago, as well as 29 to 100. With this progress, we could likely see Labyrinth be verified around summertime, and the upcoming levels list estimated to be placed between Orbit and Antarctic Lights. Good luck to G Gonop on getting this level completed. Possibly one of the least well-known levels on this list is Silent Oppenheimer, which is a solo top 10 by Fei Zhou, I can't pronounce that, which is being verified by Destro. Destro is 178 on the stats viewer, having beaten levels like Slaughterhouse and Deimos, and having verified the top 70 Fracture. Silent Oppenheimer is a very interesting one. For one, its decoration is a pretty realistic style, something that hasn't really been done before on this scale in the Demon List before, and it also has a song that kinda doesn't sound like it fit in a game like Geometry Dash, but somehow this level makes it all work. The decoration is stunning, and the music at the 60% mark is my personal favorite part. Speaking of around 60%, Destro has 67 on this level and also 35 to 100. Destro also got 67 legit 5 days ago, and 35 to 100 10 days ago. So this is another level that could be verified extremely soon if consistency keeps up. Don't have much else to say other than this is a super cool level and I'd be thrilled to see it get placed this year. Silent Acropolis is yet another impossible level that could be possibly verified this year. As most of you know, Acropolis is an old insane demon made by Zobros, and after being buffed to hell and back by Dan Master 007, it stayed dormant for like half a decade, until Septagon 7 got some pretty insane progress on the level, and then it was nerfed a little bit and fully decorated to a super realistic and awesome version by the Purgatory. The decoration is themed around a giant castle to explore and dungeons to roam, super cool stuff. The verification of this new decorated version is currently in the hands of Hover, a very skilled player who's already 35 on the stats viewer and has beaten levels like Nullscape, Silent Clubstep, and Acheron. Right now their best is 44 and 43 to 100, and they also literally got 44 like 5 days ago. So this is another case of, if consistency is kept up, Silent Acropolis could also be a level verified this year. This one as of now is probably not going to be verified in the summer. I'd estimate it to be like around fall, but we'll see. I mean, Hover is number 35 in the entire world. This may not be such a daunting task for him, but only time will tell. Good luck to him on verifying this Castlemania. Alright, we've arrived at the final three. First off is Society. Society is a nerfed version of the original Impossible level, which is currently harder than Eternus, so, you know, nobody was gonna beat that. The level got significant publicity, though, due to some videos by VWE, and was nerfed down to a top 5, set to be verified by W Popoff. I don't think I have to explain who W Popoff is. He's the second best player in the world. Yeah, you get the drill. Originally, this level was going to be staying as a top 5, but due to pressure from the community to buff it to top 1, Popoff obliged, and just 21 hours ago made a video explaining the buffs he's made to the level. Needless to say, they're insane. Going into the actual level though, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, this is my favorite upcoming top 1 of 2026, and also my favorite level on the list. The analog horror theme is done brilliantly thanks to the wonderful work of Neo Marbillion and the others who worked on this thing. I especially love this city part at 61% and the glitchy mess that is 53%. Wonderful job on the decoration of this thing, it's sure to get rated. Despite Popoff only having 47 and 33 to 100 on the level, this might be the level to be verified the soonest on this list due to the nature of how W Popoff is. You didn't get the second best player for no reason, he's going to beat this and he's going to do it fast. With the incredible progress made in only 2 weeks, this thing could very well be verified by, like, the end of May, I'm not even kidding. Maybe even sooner than Sweeping Demon 2, but I suppose we'll have to see. Good luck to Popoff, but I doubt he needs it. Our second to last level is Vehemence by TBT. Vehemence is also one of the most well-known levels on this list due to the nature of being, well, extremely difficult. Vehemence is 2 minutes of absolute agony, with frame perfects everywhere and multiple frame windows of like less than 4 frames almost every other click. To say this level is hard is an understatement. It's no doubt the hardest level on this list. The decoration for this level is based off of the Terraria Calamity mod, which is why it uses a DM Dokuru song. The verification right now is open, with multiple people going for it, but the most likely verifier at this time is A6, who's number 27 on the stats viewer, and has beaten levels like Tidal Wave, Andromeda, and Anathema. What an insane level to basically jump to after Tidal Wave, because, once again, if this is verified this year, this will be the hardest level, without a doubt. A6 is 41 and 40 to 100 on the level, getting it in 2 runs, with the 41% run being done only a week ago, and pretty much all progress being done since a month ago at this point. Due to the nature of how hard this level will be, this will most likely be verified after KOCMOC Unleashed, but A6 is making pretty substantial progress for only a month of grinding, and if this keeps up, Vehemence may be verified sooner than we think. I'm pretty excited to see what will happen. And we end off this list with Heliopolis, possibly the most relevant top 1 as of now. Made by Mindcap and many more, it had one goal: be the hardest level. And as of now, it looks like it'll have to settle for top 3. But to be honest, nobody really knows with this level. I mean, like, this thing could be top 1 of this whole ranking, it could be 2 or 5 or 15, I have no idea. I've seen so many conflicting opinions, so I guess we're just gonna have to leave it to the DEMONLIST team. Anyways, Heliopolis is a 0.5 speed only level, filled with insane frame perfects and very unique gameplay. Right now, as you may know, everybody is verifying this level due to the $10,000 bounty on its head. But despite this, as of now, there's been progress being made definitely, but not really at the level of the original verifiers like Garbage and Abdul Devil. That is, except for one person, Zoink. Zoink has been streaming Heliopolis very frequently on his channel, with the title stating that this is only to see how far he can get, and that he's not verifying it. However, he's gotten pretty solid runs of 49 to 134 in just under 10 days of playing. Who's to say Zoink won't be the one to verify this thing and get the 10k? Because honestly, if it's not him to do it, then I kinda doubt we'll see this level be done this year. I mean, nobody really other than him at a top level like this is going for the level right now. If Zoink were to verify Heliopolis, it'd most likely get done in a month or two, but if not him, then maybe not even till 2027. And lo and behold, about 2 days after I finished the script, Zoink announced that he'd be going for Heliopolis, joining the race as the most likely competitor right now, and even giving a cut of his winning 10,000 to Garbage and Abdul Devil. And I think this, more than anything, fully exemplifies how fast the Demon List is changing right now. We truly haven't been in an era like this with so many upcoming top 1s and top 10s in so long. It's definitely one of the most exciting times to be in Geometry Dash right now. To think that insane levels like Thinking Space 2, Flamewall, and Amethyst could potentially fall out of the top 5 before the year is over is actual insanity. But, in the end, please don't take this list as fact. It's just a rough estimation on everything that could occur, and some levels on the list might not even get verified this year, or maybe they're even gonna get dropped altogether. It's all just according to the current trends of verifications right now, and this list is just meant for some fun anyways. With that being said though, if you enjoyed this video and want me to make a sequel with some levels that could be verified next year, leave a like and consider subscribing. I'm a fairly new channel and upload pretty frequently with layouts I'm working on, completions and progress videos, and list videos like these. But anyways, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.